I think that Jay with Day Trade Fund definitely changed my life. Before I met Jay and before I started to learn how to day trade, I was a real estate broker. Before that, I did a variety of other jobs. But I was also stuck to a specific place. I acquired some investment properties, some rentals. Every time I go on vacation, I have to worry about, okay, what's going to break in the rentals? What clients are going to be upset because I'm out of town and I'm not there to answer their questions. So when I say changed my life, yeah, I mean, day trading, you don't have clients, you don't have tenants, you don't have bosses, you don't have any of that. So to experience that kind of independence and that kind of freedom is definitely life-changing. My wife and I both day trade, and we have tried a couple of different day trading programs. And I would say that the number one difference with Jay is definitely his follow-up, and he does what he says he's going to do. Jay and I literally over the years have exchanged thousands of emails. He's always there for me. He's always ready to answer a question. If I email him, I always get a response. I can't say that with any other day trading program. Most of the other ones that I have personal experience with, the trainers are far more interested in their own success and marketing their program and getting new students rather than helping their existing students actually learn how to succeed. And that is one area where Jay absolutely shines. I've never seen anyone or met anyone as committed as he is to help his students become successful. Jay is absolutely an invaluable resource for me. And that is definitely the power of his program, is that he's always there. If I send him an email, he responds. If I have a question, he responds. No matter how silly it is. I've looked back at my emails and a lot of them are pretty silly. And Jay's always there. He's never, ever let me down. I mean, sometimes it takes him a little bit to respond. He's a busy guy. He has a lot of students. And so sometimes it takes him, oh my gosh, a few minutes to respond. But he's always there, and he has never let me down. And he has never said, that's enough. Too many emails, can't respond to you anymore, or just ignored me. And that's what a lot of day trade trainers will do. I mean, for a little while, they'll be great, and pretty soon they just start ignoring you. And Jay has never done that. So emotion does play a very important part in day trading. There's no doubt about it. And for the first couple of years, or actually for the first several years that I was day trading, I definitely allowed emotion to drive the car. And I think that's actually something that Jay says quite a bit. Don't allow emotion to drive the car. And what I was doing, two very important emotions with day trading are fear and greed. And so, for instance, I would have reams and reams of data telling me where a stock was likely to get to and that I should place my sell order in a specific place. But then the stock would pop up a little bit and not quite get to where my sell order was, and then maybe it'd pull back a little bit, and I'd get scared. Oh no, this one's not going to do it. And so I'd sell. And I'd sell way cheap just because the stock pulled back just a little bit. And that stupid stock, 9 times out of 10, would turn right around where I sold it and go right up through my sell order. And so it's amazing how long it took me to get over that fear. I guess I'm a very fearful person, I don't know. But it's amazing how long it took me to commit to that data, to get over that fear, and to just stick with it. And knowing that the stock was almost certainly likely to get there. And they do. I mean, most of the stocks do exactly what I think they'll do. And so that was fear. And then greed. That's an equally strong emotion and just as bad. A stock, like let's say I would have 2 or 3 no trade days. And I'd be anxious, I'd be upset that I'd had so many no trade days. And then a textbook stock that looked great would fall right to my bid, and I'd get filled. And then I would know, oh, okay, I should set my sell order here because this is where my data tells me I should. Oh, but I've had 3 no trade days, and it'd be nice to have a big home run here. So, I mean, it'll probably go a little higher, right? And so I'd set my sell order at just a little bit higher than my data tells me I should. And you know what? It would almost every time, it seems like that stock will go right to where I should have placed my order and no higher. and then it starts going down. And then the funny thing is, it starts going down and fear takes over. And so then you sell too cheap. so yeah, fear and greed really have no place in trading. And once I got over that fear and greed, I mean, I still feel them. I still feel fear when a stock gets close to my order and that my sell order and then pulls back. I still feel it. I just ignore it. I recognize it. I say, oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the fear that I'm used to feeling. When a stock doesn't quite get to my order, my gosh, it didn't go straight there in 2 seconds. So I still feel that fear, but it's good to be able to ignore it, and it works out most of the time. The two things that most people probably need to know starting out. First off, it's going to take way longer than you think. Far, far longer than you think. Most people think that day trading is pretty simple and that they'll pick it up within certainly a matter of a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and tops. It's probably going to take quite a bit longer than that. And unfortunately, there's no way to know how long. That doesn't mean it's not worth it. Because of course, when you finally get there, it's a level of freedom that most people can only dream of. And the second thing is, I think most people get into day trading and they don't want to do the work behind it. They don't want to do the data collection. They just want to go pull the lever on the gambling machine and make money. You most likely will not be consistently profitable unless you actually track your data, unless you know what the stocks you buy are likely to do long term on average. You're probably not going to be consistently successful. So I think that's probably the two things that a lot of misconceptions that people have going into day trading. It'll take a lot longer than you think, and it's probably 90% about tracking and actually following your data and not allowing those emotions to override what your data tells you is likely to happen. I've focused on sticking to my rules big time. I completely ignore stocks that are completely outside of my rules and doing what my data tells me to do. And as a result, for the first 9 months of this year, the first 3 quarters, I'm up $72,000. And that's just trading. I typically trade between 9:30 and 11:30. Most of my trades take place in those time frames. I don't do a whole lot of trading after 11:30. Not that I don't try, just not many stocks fit my criteria after that. So 2 hours a day for the entire year. So far, 9 months, $72,000. That's fantastic, and that's basically what I was looking for.
Investing in securities involves risk, including the risk of loss. Investors may make or lose money. Past performance is no guarantee of future results, and no one can guarantee what the market is going to do from day to day or minute to minute.